Okay, here's just an overview of when I was down at Annecy in the Coupe Icare this year. Annecy is just basically south of Geneva by about 45 minutes. It's a really old medieval town with a canal running through it into the Lake Annecy, which is one of the cleanest lakes in Europe. And the town itself I've been going to since about the late 80s when I used to take my kids skiing there, so I know the area pretty well. Anyway, it's an absolutely gorgeous place. Even during the summer, it's just stunning. This is a view from the area where I was staying. It's Talwars, looking across Lake Annecy. The week I was there, it was basically mainly blue skies with some clouds. This is the launch and the landing down at Planfay, which is right next to Talwars. And when you land, you can go and grab a coffee at La Cabane, and there's a restaurant just down the street which serves some really good food and beer. The mountain you see at the top of the hill there is called Les Dents, or the Teeth, or Les Dents, or the Teeth. And normally what would happen is at Planfay you would take off and then bench yourself up to the top and fly it. Unfortunately, the week I was there, it was mainly fishbowl flying. This is the takeoff at Planfay. You can see the town of Talwars below, and it is very, very similar to Tiger Mountain, where Sherrico modelled the launch after. Some of the notice boards they have up there for flying the area is cool. This one actually shows you how to actually fly around the lake. Just further down the lake, you'll find Montime, and this is normally the larger takeoff, where you would take off and then land at Doussard, which is just down in the valley below. And again, this is a sort of a stunning area. Here you can see a fantastic view right up the Lake Annecy. Annecy's up there at the north. And just further down there is, on your right hand side of this picture, was the takeoff at Planfay. The landing is just massive field, and at the weekend it was extremely busy. These are the navettes. They take about 8 people, and it costs €8 to go up to the top of the mountain. This was basically the weekend school day where all the kids were landing. But the main reason I went there was to go to the Coupe Icare, obviously. That's held down at Saint Hilaire du Touvet, and I went there on a Thursday and I went there on a Sunday. One of the big things about it, obviously, is the expo, and all the major paragliding manufacturers were there. Advanced and Flymaster, with the large booths. We could actually see and chat to them and talk about new equipment. Niviuk were there, and just a little later on here I'll start to talk about some of the specific new products that I came across. There's also quite a large paragliding motor or paramotor things on sale down there. It's just absolutely huge. Neo Design is some of the traditionally speed flying and speed wings, but they had some novel things going, along with 777 Queen, 777 I should say, and they brought out the new Queen 2 this year. This is a novel device. It's actually a completely self-contained weather system. And then this thing here, I'm not too sure if it's, I think they call it the jump. But anyway, it's basically for skiing down a hill and sort of bumping into the air. And then as always, Bruce Goldsmith had one of the more colourful designs booths available. So this is the main launch area. And the day, or this year, the weather was just absolutely fantastic. So I didn't actually fly there. I decided to spend more of the day in the expo. So then I actually looked at this. This is actually the Neo Suspender. This is the seat that also acts as the protection for you, and it's made up of choroid, which is basically like a bunch of straws fused together that when you have an impact you then throw it away and replace it afterwards. And this was a prototype, and it was actually very comfortable. Now of course this is Jin, and I met him, had a good chat. And then the Skyper 2 was actually there, but it had it cordoned off, so you couldn't actually even go through and sit in it. I think they had just finished stitching it the night before, which is actually quite interesting. So these slides you're actually looking at now actually came from this month's edition of the Cross Country magazine, and they were actually there. Obviously you saw some pictures earlier at Coupe Icare with their stand, and they actually just did a roundup of some of the new wings and products coming from the manufacturers, including Nova and Super, Ozone, etc. And you can actually stop the video as it's playing here, and then just read what's new from each of these manufacturers. Everybody's coming out with new stuff, as obviously for the 2017 season, so I'm sure you'll be able to get what you want for Christmas. After that, I actually went out to actually look at the main masquerade parade, and this was phenomenal. We had great weather this year. Last time I was there, it wasn't so good, but this time it was just it was so good that people were actually thermaling and climbing up. One of the star attractions for me was basically the Halloween team. This was a troop of about 20 people. This is a giant spider they flew. They had spiders, pumpkins, haunted castles, ghosts, and one of the cool things they did is when they were actually on launch, they did a complete choreography of Michael Jackson's Thriller before they flew off. I also managed to get up close and personal to some of the contraptions this year to see how they were made, and the majority of them, surprisingly to me, they're actually made with chicken wire and then cane inside, and they're actually all pretty well balanced. This seagull was just phenomenal. There's a bat as well, and this particular character, I think he's from Futurama. I forget what the guy's name was, but he was quite fun. So some people went to great lengths, other people just put on morph suits, but they were actually quite fun. And just the colour and the atmosphere was just absolutely bloody brilliant. So it was actually really good this year to get down there and see what's happening. I had to chat to this guy. He actually put this complete outfit on, the saxophone. Talked to this girl to see how the harness was attached. So they wear these lightweight harnesses.
Woo! Awesome, man!
I really wanted to see how this thing flew. Of course, some things flew well, some things not so well until the end. This one eventually did get off, but it drops off pretty bad there. So here's a seagull taking off. Not sure if it's a seagull or a swift, but he had this balance to absolute perfection, this one, when he took off.
Magnifique! Ils nous viennent de la Réunion, ils sont du club des Payanqueux, ils sont au top.
This is actually really cool. Massive amount of people obviously helping out. There were solo pilots or free fly pilots that had actually taken off earlier in the day, not this day, the previous days, when they were allowed to fly, and they were getting knocked around in front of launch quite a bit, which wasn't too fun to see. But here's a part of the other trip, this Haunted Castles. And at the end, actually back in the expo, we had these three ladies who were actually on these stilts. They were a comedy team, and they were actually very funny to listen to and watch. Very, very French in their humour.